Hey everyone, I'm Libby, the Cake Mama, and I'm back to show you my next tutorial. I'm right into the swing of Halloween, so I thought it would be fun for us to make a jack-o'-lantern treat bucket cake. And I'm really excited to show you how to make this. It's my first time making it. All I have done to prepare it is I've baked 2 layers in my sphere cake pan, and I have leveled off the bottom of one so that it can stand up. And what we're gonna do next is we're gonna put some frosting in between, stack them up, and then give it some carving on the sides, just slightly, to give it more of a pumpkin shape. And I'm excited, so let's get going. Okay, so we're just going to start with our buttercream that I've already prepared. I'm popping this right on top. Okay, so I just have a regular old kitchen knife, and I'm just going to be carving down slightly off the sides. Just to make it less of a ball, more of a pumpkin. And now when you're carving your cakes, you want to start by just taking a little bit off, because if you take off too much, you can't put it back on, obviously. So always do just a little bit and go back over it if you need to. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut a little slight hole in the top, and that's where we're gonna set some candy to make it look like a real bucket. So I'm just really gently cutting a hole into the top, not pushing down too much because we just want it to be a slight edge. And I'll show you guys this in just a minute. So you should have something like this for the top of your cake. And that's where we're gonna set our candy. Okay, so now I'm going to give this a crumb coat, and then we're gonna get started on the decorating part. All right, so we're gonna go pop this into the fridge for about 20 minutes while we make our accessories for the cake, and then we're gonna cover this in fondant once it's all nice and firm. Okay, so I have gone ahead and I've pre-dyed some orange fondant here, which we're gonna be using to cover the base of our cake. And I also have some black fondant, which we're gonna be using right now for the face. But I also have black gum paste here, which gum paste is very similar to fondant, except that it's going to dry much quicker and much more stiff for us. So we're gonna be using this to make the handle, because we're gonna want the handle on top of our cake to stand up nice and firm to look just like a real candy bucket. So I'm gonna make this first so it has more time to dry. I have my trusty bowl of powdered sugar here. And I'm simply just going to roll this out like a snake. then once you have it to the length that you want, we're gonna give it that nice curve, and then we're gonna set it aside to dry. Okay, so now that we have our handle off and drying off to the side, we're gonna be rolling out our black fondant to make 2 eyes, a nose if you'd like, and a mouth for our pumpkin face. Alright, so I have my X-Acto knife and I'm going to be cutting out some triangles for the eyes, and I'm going to make a smaller one for the nose. And for the mouth of our pumpkin, what I'm going to do, which there are several different ways that you can make the mouth, but I find the easiest is to roll out a snake like we did for the handle, but it's going to be thinner this time. Rolling it gently until you get the right width. I think we're close. I'm going to cut it to size. Let's see if it matches up. And then using the same cord of fondant here that we have, I'm going to make just little, about 1-inch strips. And what we're going to do is just make little, almost like little stitches on the mouth. And you guys will be able to see how it comes together. But I just wanted to show you. And it's going to be really cute. So I'm going to cut a few more, and then we're going to move on. So now we're ready to roll out our orange fondant, and then we're going to go grab our cake from the refrigerator, and we're going to get it all covered. Okay, so I have pulled our cake from the refrigerator. It's nice and firm. I have our fondant all rolled out. I did give the cake just another small layer of buttercream on the outside so that the fondant will stick. And now we're going to cover the cake. Now, since we have that hole in the top, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm going to poke a little hole so that we can push it in. And that hole will not be seen because we're going to fill this with candy. So now working down the sides. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, we're now ready to put the finishing touches on our cake. This is a good angle for you guys to be able to see the top portion where I've cut that hole and we have our little opening for our candy. I'm going to be using this Wilton tool is perfect on the end here to put the little divots on our cake. That's gonna make it look like the pumpkin. So I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that now. And now I'm going to find the front of my cake so that we can put the features on. Okay, so I've changed up my angle a little bit because I want you guys to be able to see me putting on the little inch pieces that we have for the mouth. Just putting a little bit of water onto each one. Holding it for a second. And there she is. Okay, you guys, I have my little helper for the last part of our cake, and the only thing left to do is attach the handle and add some candy. So for the handle, the only thing that I did was I broke a toothpick in half and I stuck each end into the end of our handle, and we're just going to line it up, and it should just sit right in. All right, my little helper. Let's fill it with candy. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you for being there for me with my first attempt at a pumpkin trick-or-treat bucket. Please subscribe if you enjoyed it as much as I did. Say bye.
Bye.